Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This morning we're going to be spinning the wheel for reading wrapped up books part 2 to find out what order you'll be seeing this video in. If you've not already seen part 1, we actually seem to, on the random wheel, choose books 1, 2 and 3. So don't know how we managed to do this, but we have already filmed that video with some interesting books in that. So if you want to go and see that, go back and click on that one. That will be linked in the Bookmas playlist down below. So go back and watch that one as well if you would like to see those. But let's spin the wheel today to find out what book we're going to be reading, in what order we're going to be reading these books. So let's spin our wheel. Okay, so I've added the entries in 5 times and then we will just spin for book number 1. So I will put it on the screen here for you let's see if we can spin it in 3, 2, 1. What book are we going to get first? I know what books these are, but I don't know obviously which one's which number. Oh, so we've got a winner. We've got book number 4. Okay, so I've removed that. Let's open this book. Are we ready? So I know the 3 books that are left are I Heart Forever, You, Me Forever, and We Were Liars. And I think I know which one We Were Liars is because it's so small. Let's see what this one is. I think I know what this is. Oh, I think this one might be You, Me Forever. I know my books. I think it's easy because I know that there's only 6 books and obviously we've already picked 3. So You, Me Forever by Jo Watson is a romance. Other than that, I don't really know what it's about, so let's read the back. Writer Bella Thorne needs an idea fast. She might have a huge bestseller to her name, but with the deadline for book 2 approaching, Becca knows she's in danger of losing the career she cares so much about. But fate has other plans for her when she almost plummets to her death with 2 strangers in a faulty elevator. Although Becca emerges in one piece, her precious vintage handbag doesn't, and that's when she realises that inspiration has been with her all along. Hidden inside the bag's new torn lining is a set of beautiful love letters. It might not be her story, yet Becca seems to get the romantic words out of her head and feels compelled to discover who wrote the letters. But there's more waiting for Becca than the tale of a romance from a long ago. It might be the chance to live her own love story and follow the path fate has always intended her to. So it's a romance, it's all to do with letters. I'm very intrigued to read this one. So let's go and see what I think of the book. It has been quite literally, I think it's been actually a week or so since I last updated you guys. I am now halfway through You, Me Forever. I do have the book, it's over there, but I'm reading it on my Kindle. I'm not loving it. So in this book, you are following, what's she called? P-Becca, as in Rebecca, but without the R, it's a P. P-Becca. She's called that because when her mum was filling out the birth certificate for Becca, she got the call to say that Becca's dad had been in an accident, and she cried and a single teardrop wiped away the swoopy line on the R, so it became P-Becca, and she called Becca basically. But basically she ends up in a traumatic event and finds these letters that are old love letters that were kind of hidden away in the seam of her handbag, which she got from charity shop. And through that, she's a writer, she's struggling to write her new book. She goes into a publishing meeting, lies and says that she's going to write a book about these letters, and so she's now gone to the town where the letters are from to investigate it. And when she's there, she bumps into a guy called Mike, who's a police officer, and she keeps getting herself in lots of trouble. So she keeps getting herself into trouble and is in trouble with like the law, but it kind of follows her through that. Mike seems like a lovely guy, he's trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, she's literally just causing mayhem. But I'm just not connecting to the book at all. I don't know whether it's the book or whether it's me, but there's a lot of things in the writing that I'm just like, I'm not a fan of. They're making quite a lot of pop culture references, and I'm just, it's just a bit like, I literally read it and I'm like, ugh. So I think that's why it's taken me so long to read this book, because I've been trying to read it for like a week, and I've had lots of Bookmas stuff to be getting done, but I've had no intrigue to read this book. I've been going to bed really, really early, going, I'm going to read it, and I have been really tired, so I have been falling asleep quite early, which plays a part in it, but also I just don't want to read it, like, at all. I'm watching like Vlogmas and I'm going to pick it up and read it, and I end up scrolling on my phone because it's a lot. So I am going to try and persevere and read through, but I will say that I'm not loving this book at all, but we'll persevere on. I'm going to hopefully try, my Kindle says I've got 4 hours of reading left, so I'm going to try and sit down to read it today. It's currently 11:30. I've not got a lot on today in terms of things that I need to do. I need to film a video and I want to try and get that edited. And we've got football this afternoon, but I will read whilst the football's on, and I'm going to just try and sit down and read for a little while and get through it. But it's not doing great so far. At the moment, it's sitting at like a 2-star. It's not bad enough that it's a 1-star, but yeah, it's kind of at a 2-star right at the moment. I have a final update for you guys. So you join me literally ready for bed. It's just gone 10 o'clock. I am tired, so I'll be hopping straight into bed. But I have finished Yumi Forever. I updated you guys this morning saying that I was 50% of the way through. I'm going to try and lock in today, and I definitely locked in. I locked in. That was the only thing I really prioritized doing today, was reading and finishing my book. So I sat there with my Kindle and just kept going. I took maybe a week to 2 weeks, I think about a week, to get to the 50% mark. I have taken so long now. I know I've been busy. I've been doing Bookmas editing. I've been doing Bookmas stuff. I've also been really tired. So I've been getting into bed with the views of getting into bed early to read my book. Now, everyone's uploading Bookmas content, so I've been watching that, and that's been kind of taking priority in what I want to do. And not only that, I've then been trying to read my book and just been so tired that I've been falling asleep reading it. But it's still taken me over a week to get to halfway, and that is ridiculous. Like, that is actually unheard of for me, because I read books relatively quickly. I'm constantly like reading. If I've got time, I'll pick up my book, and I've had times in this week where I could have picked it up and I've just not wanted to, which shows to me this is just not a book that I've enjoyed. I will say, when I checked in with you guys earlier, I said it was a 2-star. I think I would rate this one a 3-star for the fact of it picked up. I did enjoy the second half, which, I mean, it could have been a higher rated if I just sat down and got into it, but I never did. And I guess I will never know. I will never know if I were to completely read this one blind again. Would I be into it? And I had the time to just sit and binge it, would I be into it, or would I still struggle? I struggled with the writing style at times. I found some of the things being said and being done just really like outlandish. I was like, what is going on? Why is she doing this? There was things that she was getting herself into like legal trouble. For what reason? There were so many things in there that I was just like, oh, I'm not sure. But the romance in the end was really good. If you do not like insta love, you will not like this book. The whole point of this book is love at first sight. The whole point of this book is kind of that insta love. And I realized through this that I just don't like it. By the 20% mark, we're getting spicy. They've already like had a scene and then they've ended things and she's fuming at him. And there's a lot of, I wouldn't say miscommunication, because he's law enforcement and she's getting herself in trouble. So there's a lot of that kind of back and forth. Oh no, woe is me. Like, I can't go near her. Oh, I can't go near him. And oh, I feel guilty. Like, there was so much of that. And I don't think this book is for me. And like I said earlier, that's okay. Everyone's got their own reading taste. Someone else might pick this up and absolutely love it. I will say I thought this book was based, and it is based around letters, but I thought there would be more letters within the book. It starts off quite letter heavy and I was like, yes, this is going to be beautiful. But I kind of got more invested in the love story that was being said through the letters, and the book wasn't about that love story. The book was about the love story of the Becca and Mike who found the letters and who were connected to it. So I kind of didn't really care about their love story because their love story was very like on again, off again. I really cared about the true love story in the letters from the start. And so with that, I really struggled to connect to the book. I will give this one, from everything I've just said, I think I've convinced myself, I genuinely think this is going to be a 2-star. I do think it's not like a horrific 2-star, I hate this book. I think it's just, I didn't connect with it, so I'm going to give it a 2-star. So that being said, I will pass me to find out what the next book is. Okay, let's spin for book number 2. So obviously, I hope I enjoyed book number 1, but we shall find out. So we've got books 5 and 6 left. Let's spin the wheel. What are we gonna get? I hate this bit, like I hate waiting. Oh, how have we done this? So we are literally reading the books 4, 5, 6. Let's open up book number 5. I know what this book is because of the size differences between the last two. So this book is I Heart Forever. This book is the penultimate book in the I Heart series. I think because I only did 6 books, it's made this a little easier to guess. I think I might do it again, maybe when I get my TBR cart down and I wrap up all the books on my TBR maybe. But this is I Heart Forever by Lindsay Kelk. This is the penultimate book in the I Heart series. So I'm so intrigued to get back into this book, back into this world, and see what Angela is getting up to, kind of see how we're going to end it. I know the last book's set in Hawaii, so I know that we're going to probably end up going on a trip or something. So let's see what we think of this one. I will pass you on to future Lauren with her thoughts on the book. Hey guys, I thought I'd just update you quickly. I don't have like a midway check-in point by any means because I was editing this morning, and this clip's also going to be really wobbly, but I have started I Heart Forever, and this book has just shown me what it's like to read a book that I enjoy, because You Me Forever took literally forever to read. I felt like I was reading that book for so long, and I know I was in the thick of Bookmas and Vlogmas kind of editing and stuff, and now I'm not as much because I've just edited the last video you're going to see. So this is the last one that I've got left, which obviously I can't edit until I've read the books and like make comments like this. So I kind of am editing those clips as I go. So I've had limited time between last night and this morning, and yet I'm still 13% through the book. That is like crazy. It shows when you're enjoying a book, you can just sit down and read it. And I know we all know this, but I have missed that feeling. I've missed the feeling of wanting to read a book. Now, I think I've kind of shot myself in the foot a little bit, because I told myself by December all Bookmas reading will be done and then I can read what I want. And so now I'm in the mindset of it's midway through December and I've not even started reading what I want to read, and there are so many books which are on my radar that I'm going to read like straight away, that I don't want to be reading the books that I'm reading for Bookmas. So I Heart Forever, however, is one that I want to read now because I want to finish the series before the end of the year, so that's a good thing. But I'm going to go to work. I'm going to hopefully read a bit more tonight. I'm not working till the afternoon tomorrow, so I'm hoping to get a good chunk done tomorrow morning as kind of my focus, because basically I want I Heart Forever done as soon as possibly can, so then the video's done and I can move on to mood reading until the end of the year. But I will check back in with you guys once I'm actually midway and can give you some more thoughts. Obviously, because this is partway through a series, this clip for the video will be just going off vibes because I can't actually tell you what the book's about, but I am really enjoying it and I love spending time with Angela as much as she annoys me. I have a midway check-in for I Heart Forever. So we are actually over halfway. We are at about 60%, chapter 14. And in this book, let me try and sit up. In this book, you continue to follow Angela on her path with her friends and seeing kind of what her and her friends are doing. This one is also set in New York, so there has been obviously a few other settings in the books, but this one is set in New York again. And it kind of follows Angela being a little bit more grown up. Her partner is away at the moment and she's just found out this news, as always, found out this news, not told him, miscommunication in there somewhere along the lines. But I am really enjoying it. We're 60% of the way through and Angela hasn't been as annoying as she normally is, which I am actually really enjoying, because a lot of the time she can be quite annoying and just really lean on the miscommunication. The reason why there's miscommunication in this one is because where her partner is, he is uncontactable. So it's not miscommunication for the sake of miscommunication, it's miscommunication with a reason, which kind of makes it feel a little bit more justifiable. I love these books. I love this series. You guys have seen me read pretty much every book throughout a different reading vlog since around this time last year, and I am really, really, really enjoying myself. I stand by the statement where I don't think these books are for everyone, but they are a fun time. I am going to go and try and carry on. I've not ended up working today, so I am going to try and finish the book today and give you kind of final thoughts. And then we only have one more book left in the series. These clips are going to be shorter than the rest because I can't actually tell you what's going on in the book and I am just enjoying it. So there's nothing really to like say or critique, and without being able to tell you anything from the story, it's really hard to even discuss like plot points that with standalone books you would know. So I'm going to go try and finish off the book and I will hopefully check back in with you either later tonight or tomorrow morning with my final update. We have a final update for our book. We have finished I Heart Forever. I loved it. I really enjoyed this book. This book was 4 stars. Now, I can't tell you what this book is about. I've said this before, but I really enjoyed this book. I feel like in this book, there is miscommunication, but like I said in the previous clip, there is a reason for it. And so it doesn't make it as frustrating as the book before, where it's miscommunication and it's just a case of Angela not saying anything, rather than a case of there's reasons why she isn't saying stuff, and it's kind of like generic reasons that we all know and we all understand. So I did really enjoy this book. I flew through this book in the end. So I know you guys have just watched You Me Forever and you saw how hard it was for me to read that book, and it did take me quite a while. So then to go from that, I was a bit worried picking this book up because I'm filming this clip on the 18th of December. So this clip is the last clip being filmed for the video. I know we've got another book coming after this, but I actually read that one first. And so this is quite cutting it quite fine to or close to when the video is getting uploaded, but I flew through this book in comparison. Yes, I didn't just sit down and binge it because I haven't had the time or the energy or the capacity to do that, but when it's taken me about 2 weeks to read a book in 3 days is obviously preferred. So I loved this book. I will be going on to read I Heart Hawaii, which I've got down here. I actually started this one on my Kindle earlier, and this one starts in a really interesting way. So I'm going to be picking this one up well, like I say, I've started it, but I think I'm going to pick up Legendary from the second book in the Caraval series next. But I just needed something that I already had on my Kindle to pick up today while I was waiting at work. So picked up this one, read the first chapter. I'm actually really intrigued, so I think I will definitely be picking this one up ASAP Rocky. But I did really enjoy this book. I've said so many times, these books, this series isn't a series which I would recommend to everyone. They are very easy reads and they are very miscommunication trope heavy. They are, I don't know how to describe it, but they're like your quintessential romance where nothing much really happens. It's a lot more character study, but you kind of fall in love with the characters, and if you can fall in love with the characters, then you fall in love with the story and you'll want to continue to read on the story. If you don't fall in love with the characters, then you won't want to continue on the story. So I really enjoyed it for that. But I will pass you on now to, I was going to say thank you for watching the video because like I say, this is the last clip that I'm filming for this video, but I will pass you back to past Lauren to see what our final book is, to see my final thoughts, and obviously we end the video there. But thank you for watching so far, and Merry Christmas, because like I say, this is the last clip and it's nearly Christmas and I'm so excited and I still haven't wrapped my presents, so I've got lots to go do now. This is the last thing filmed for Bookmas, so I can now have a breather, have a break and get on, and then I'll see you guys in 2026. Okay, so then it means our last book is book number 6, and surprise surprise, I know what that book is because it's our last book. It's the only book we've not picked, and it is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I don't know a lot of what this book's about. I've heard lots of things about this book because it is now a TV series, I believe, or a film, and the book number 3 for this series is only just released, so I'm intrigued to get into this book to see what it's all about. It's quite short and I've got it on audio as well, so I will probably eat this one up relatively quickly. But like I said, I'm really intrigued to see what this book's about because I've just heard so many things about it. So I will pass you on to future Lauren to see what we thought about We Were Liars. I have started We Were Liars. This actually is the first book that I'm reading for this video. Yeah, your guys are seeing it last, so it's because I've got the audiobook for this one and I don't for the other two, and I'm still in the middle of another book for another video. So We Were Liars, I am 50% of the way through and I'm reading the audiobook. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I think we're just kind of going through and we're seeing these rich people live their life. The main girl that we're following, she's had an accident and is now suffering from like long-term repercussions of that, and she's just returned to the island and seen the people there, but they've all been like told you can't talk about the summer she had the accident and she can't remember a lot, so she was hoping to go back for answers. But other than that, I don't really understand what's going on. You kind of just seen this cast of characters, like posh rich teenagers. She's in love with one of them. You can't tell whether he loves her and whatnot, but he's not part of the family, so they're cousins. And then one summer her cousin's best friend comes to stay and that's who she's in love with, and you can't tell whether he's in love with her or what's going on. It's a relatively short book. I'm halfway through. It's not taking me long to get to halfway. I'm hoping kind of the second half will give you a few answers. I think it kind of makes sense that I'm confused because our main character is also confused. She doesn't know what happened. Like, you're following her and she doesn't know what's happened. She's just got this awful injury. And so you're kind of following along with her. She doesn't really know what's happened, so you don't really know what happened. She was out swimming alone, but I'm kind of guessing there's more to the story than what we know. So yeah, I will check back in when I've got final thoughts. I'm hoping to finish it, if not today, tomorrow, and then I'm away on the weekend, so I will probably pick up a completely different book on audio because I don't have either of the last 2 books on audiobook, so I will be picking them up physically or on my Kindle. But yeah, or say the last 2. You would have already seen them, but in my timeline, the last 2. So yeah, I'm not sure my views on this one yet. I can't give it a rating because like I say, I'm just a bit confused. And I think that's kind of the whole point. You're meant to be figuring out, like, who do you believe? And at the moment, the answer is none of them. I realise I've made my chin really brown for no apparent reason. So yeah, that's my midway update. There's not a lot of substance to it, but I have no idea what's going on. And it's not even meant to be that hard to understand it. It's a YA book. But I think, like I say, I'm hoping that's kind of what's meant to happen because she's confused. But I'll soon find out, I'm sure. I have an update for you guys. We have officially finished We Were Liars. Let's get that bookmark out. We have officially finished We Were Liars. So, I know I said in my last check-in that I didn't really understand what was going on. And I mean, that was pretty true until the end. You are literally just following Claire, Katie, no, what's her name? You've got the family tree. Cadence. You're following Cadence, which I think they call her Katie. She has had this accident and she's had really bad migraines, and she goes back to where the accident happened, which is the private island that her family owns. She's trying to figure out what happens. And I will say the twist at the end really got me, but I was never gripped. I guess because I didn't know what was going on, I never was gripped, and I never really wanted to know. So I personally wouldn't write home about this. I am getting the other 2 audiobooks to carry on the series. I've got them on like library loan wait order, but I'm not sure whether I'm actually going to listen to them, so that's fun. I'm gonna give it a few days, wait for one of them to come in, and then just make a decision from there, because obviously I can always cancel it if they come through or whatever, so that's absolutely fine. But yeah, I thought this was good. Did I think it was amazing? No. Did it have me gripped? No. I think it might be because it's YA. I'm very intrigued to watch the TV series, purely for the fact that I think the setting could make it a bit like, I'd say the setting is a bit like a Mamma Mia setting, where it's on an island and it's all private and posh, and I reckon dramatized would be perfect. I just didn't get gripped with the actual storyline, which might be as well the writing. Like, I feel like the story had legs. It's just potentially the writing, potentially the fact that it was YA and I just couldn't get gripped in. I'm not sure, but I wasn't completely gripped. But with that being said, I haven't actually read the other 2 books, which you guys will have already seen in this video, so I'm hoping we liked them, but I'm sure we did. I know you guys already know that, I don't. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's Bookmas video. Thank you guys for all your love and support so far. I hope you're looking forward to the last few days of Bookmas, and I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow for another day of Bookmas. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel for the last few days, as well as a few fun videos coming your way in January. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Goodbye.